Let's talk about intentional ways that we can push through. We have all types of things that we need to push through with regards to our family, our friends, our career, our spiritual development, our mental enrichment, and physical fitness, every area of our life. Let's talk about how we can push through in different ways. Let's talk about distractions. Distractions are going to come. That's the one consistent thing that is bound to happen. When you're working on a project or you have deadlines, you're going to be distracted. An email is going to come through that you may have to address that will send you down a rabbit hole. A phone call will come in that will come through and someone's going to ask for assistance on something or need your perspective on something. And that's going to derail you from what you had on your schedule. So how do you prepare for these distractions? Create intentional processes where you can allow time for these distractions. For example, reading email is one of the biggest distractions that we all face during our workday. So why not chunk out the time that you're going to read your email? Whether you do it twice a day, whether you do it 3 times a day, you decide what works best for you and your schedule. Chunk out a time, maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes to go through and catch up on emails and respond to those emails. And then after that time is up, you move on to the next thing. A lot of people like to refer to it as calendar blocking or time blocking. Those names can kind of throw people off, and sometimes they can be a little bit misleading because they're not for everyone. But all of us actually time block or calendar block in some shape, form, or fashion. Whenever you chunk out some time to respond to emails, to focus on a project, to follow up with individuals, that's actually considered time blocking. You just may not have your schedule look all pretty and fancy like some of the other people where they block out certain times and they color coordinate it, and that's great. Personally, I cannot block out every second of my day because as a creative, it may take me an hour and 25 minutes to work on a design as opposed to the hour that I chunked out for it. And then in my mind, I am pressed for time because I've gone over 30 minutes, which runs into the next appointment. And that's another thing. Schedule breaks. Working 50 minutes and having a 10-minute break, that works well for preparing for distractions as well as introducing intentional time where you can have a break to run to the bathroom, to grab a drink of water, to grab a snack along the way. Intentional distractions to refresh your mind so when you get back to your project or your task, you're focused and ready to go. And then, of course, for distractions, we have the ones that we always hear about. Turn your phone off. Put on Do Not Disturb. Put your phone in another room. Turn the TV off. Remove all noise types of distractions. If you like music to work with, that's your thing, work with it. If you like to have the TV in the background for background noise, then work with that as well. It's all according to what works best for you, what helps you be productive. Some people need the background noise from the TV and it can be in another room and they work just as diligently and effectively as they do as if the room was quiet. Other people need it to be completely quiet. It's whatever works for you. But the phone, I think that one is probably a distraction for everyone. Address your phone in time chunks as well. Perhaps while you're going through your emails, have your phone on hand in case a text message comes through that you would have to address as well. Be intentional about your distractions. Distract your distractions before your distractions distract you. How about that? Next, we'll talk about being productive in your mindset. If your mind says that you will not be able to do this task, you cannot accomplish this project, or you will not succeed in that business venture or that creative idea, then guess what? You've already put the limits on. You've already put the boundaries on, and those things that you said that you will not do won't happen. You have to train your brain to be positive, to get rid of the negative thoughts, to get rid of the limiting beliefs, and help you push through and say, you know what? I too can be a 6-figure business owner. I too can be a corporate lawyer. I too can be a successful financial advisor. Whatever it is that you want to achieve, you want to attain, why can't you do it? Who says that you can't? If it's training that you need, get the training. If it's education that you need, get the education. If it's money that you need, well, you know, work for the money to fund the things that you want to do. You can do this. For those individuals who have inspired you along the way, or you looked at and said you want to be like them one day, go for it. Only you are stopping you. Be creative in your methods, but open your mind to opportunities and possibilities that exist, because they are around you everywhere you look. Opportunities are knocking. Do you hear them? And finally, the last thing that we're going to talk about is your voice. This ties in definitely to your mindset. You hear the words that are coming out of your mouth. You hear them, whether you realize it or not, and you follow those words. If you keep saying, I'll never have enough money for this, I'll never be smart enough for that, I'll never get to that 6-figure mark, guess what? You won't. Your words have power. And when you realize just how much power your words have, the limiting beliefs, the negative self-talk, the self-doubting, the self-loathing, all of that negativity will take a shift in a positive direction. Instead of you saying, I will never have enough money for X, Y, and Z, you will say, how can I create the financial freedom that I long for? And then you'll research it, look up ways to do it, and you'll figure out how to legitimately get the financial freedom that you want. Doors will open, opportunities will present themselves, because that is what you are speaking into your life. Speak life into your life. Stop speaking doubt. Take those negative words out of your vocabulary. If you want to be mortgage free on your home and you're only 5 years in, create a financial plan. It is not unusual for people to pay off mortgages in 30 years, 20 years, or even 15 years. What is your plan? It's not going to happen just by you saying it. You have to put in the work with it. If you want to be physically fit, if you want to lose 10 pounds, it's not going to just fall off of you because you wish it to be so. No, maybe you need to make healthier eating choices. Maybe you need to cut out the sugars. Maybe you need to just walk a little more often. Walking 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week will help you tremendously, your body, and drinking extra water to rehydrate your body. Just that small adjustment can make all the difference in the world. Perhaps you want to go back to school, get a degree, get specialized training. You have to put in the work. You have to do what you need to do in order to get to where you want to be. It's not going to happen overnight. You did not get to this point where you are just by wishing it to be. You have the home that you have now because you worked for it. You have the degrees that you have now because you worked for them and you earned them. You have the family that you have now because you decided that was a priority. We go after those things that we really want. So, if you want changes in your life in a positive way, speak life. Let yourself know that you can do this. Give yourself permission to live out the dream of financial freedom, true liberty, joy that is immeasurable, peace that no one can touch. Give yourself permission to enjoy the abundance and embrace the prosperity in every area of your life that you want. Your voice carries a lot of weight. Your voice could be the determining factor between whether you do or you don't. Your voice. Speak life with your voice. Refute those limiting beliefs with your voice. Turn the negatives into positives with your voice, for you are listening even when you don't think you are. So, how are we pushing through for productivity? We are going to push through the unwanted distractions with intentional distractions to free us up to be productive. We're going to push through the mindset that what was is all that there is going to be, and that there won't be anything better than what was. And we're going to push through with the words that we speak out of our mouth, for we are listening. Your voice has power, and your voice has the power to push you through to productivity, to being the successful person that you are in business, in relationships, in your spiritual enrichment, in your physical well-being, in every area of your life. Push through for productivity.